coaching with another mental health moment for the Mental Health Awareness Month. One of the things I talk with as a life coach that I talk with my clients about has to do with self care. Now, yes, that is a buzzword, and we may have all kinds of fluff ideas of what that means. I'm going to go fishing. I'm going to go on vacation. I'm going to have a bubble bath. I'm going to go out for a latte. And those are all part of self care. Yes, I'm not discounting those at all. In addition to those, self-care takes a number of different uh, pictures. It looks a number of different ways for each person. Now, I want to dig in real quick about what is self-care. We hear about it a lot. Self-care is doing whatever it takes, whatever is necessary for you to feel good about a situation, for you to feel good about you in that situation. A lot of times, situations, you hear the phrase, it takes two to tango. A lot of times, conflict's happening because there's just stuff going on. And while we don't want it to get to that point, self care is part of what's on the path that can lead to that. And what I mean is, lack of self care can lead to this. Because usually, when there's a conflict, there's something more going on than the initial situation. I was on a phone call with a client a couple weeks ago. They were talking about an argument they were having with their husband and how the husband, in the middle of the conversation, says, "Well, you don't listen to me." Came out of the blue. So as we were talking about that, my client was able to better understand what was going on behind that. There was stuff leading up to it that happened, but it was the lack of self-care and the lack of attention to the needs of the spouse that was feeding into that. Those are the things we work through in coaching. Those are the fun things to be able to help clients deal with whatever their current day stressors are. So, in terms of self care, it's the little things that you do that help you take care of you. Yes, it might be a bubble bath, it might be a walk, it could be any number of things. For me, last night was not spending time with my brother, who I really enjoy being with, so that I could finish writing a project. I am a co-author of an anthology coming out in October. My chapter is due this next week. I've been working on the edits all week long. Today, I get to write some workshops for a national conference I'm presenting at here in a couple weeks, the first week of June. So in order to be ready for today, my self-care was having to not put pressure on myself to be with my brother so that I could spend time getting my edits done. And the exhilaration that I experienced when I sent my chapter in last night brought me back to what I felt when I published my first book in 2019. It's like, man, that feels great. So now I have that clear, and now I can focus on my next workshop I'm creating. Those are the little things of self care that we may not realize all qualify. That's a bad word. Who all are part of what self care can look like. Yes, it's the vacation. Yes, it's the bubble bath. Yes, it's the time to read a book. And sometimes it means turning off the TV and doing something else. Sometimes it means going out and having a campfire. It can take any number of means. But it's important that self-care happens for you and for the others in your lives. And when you model it, when you do it for yourself, you're modeling it for your family and for your siblings and for your coworkers as well. Maybe it's taking that lunch break at work when you really feel like you got to keep working through. Maybe it's not feeling the pressure to go clock in early because there's so much to do and giving yourself permission, letting yourself off your own hook to show up a few minutes later than usual. Not late for work, but maybe just not go in a half hour early. It's those little things that help protect us. That's what self